Yo, what's good, y'all? And today we are going to be breaking down the top 5 must-have units for ASTDX's release. I don't want to waste any of your time, so the last thing I have to say before getting into the video is to make sure to like and subscribe, join the Discord in the description, and if you're able to, I'd really appreciate if you guys boosted the server as well, because it would give us access to cool stuff like tags and the gradiented roles and stuff like that, and I think it'd just be pretty sick. But with that being said, it's time to get right into the video. For this list, I've picked out 5 units that I think are genuinely needed to be able to do leaderboard grinds, long infinites, easily doing daily challenge, as well as just being comp for future updates that are going to hit and being able to glide through the stories and stuff like that. So starting off at number 5, we got Blackbeard. The reason Blackbeard is on this list is because, once again, like old ASTD, he is the only comp slow unit in the game, and I don't even think that he's the only comp one. I'm pretty sure he is the only slow unit in the game, period. So once you have all your DPSs and your ability to defend air and stuff and your money farm and crap like that, make sure to pick Blackbeard up, because he is really needed for the end game of ASTDX if you want to be able to easily do infinites and stuff like that, and even like just like clear daily challenge. Moving on to number 4, we got Jin Woo. Now, the reason Jin Woo is on this list is because he has his summon Igris when he's evolved. I don't know if he has it before being ascended, but he's also just insanely high DPS, and he's honestly pretty solid for story and infinite, because when he's unascended, which is what most of your units are going to be while you're doing story, he has like high DPS, he has really quick attack speed, and I don't even think he's that expensive, which is really good for story. And then once you ascend him, he's kind of expensive, I think, and he gets a little slower, but he has Igris and he has like a lot of high damaging stuff, so he's kind of just a crazy good unit. So make sure to pick this up to pursue those infinite leaderboards and being able to just clear cakewalk daily challenge. And let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is going to be Ichigo MAX Evo. So this is his 5-star variant where he's in the hollow shits. I think it's called a run car. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it's a run car. Or no, Vastacar. He's a Vastacar. That's what it is, I think. But Ichigo is super high DPS, and he is just really good for story because he's a really cheap unit to place. He's a really affordable unit to place, and he just clears everything pretty damn easily, to be honest. So make sure to pick up Ichigo 5-star. You're gonna need his 4 stars, and then you're gonna have to evolve him and then ascend him. So he is a little bit more work than the other ones that you can just banner pull for, but it's worth it because of how good he is as a DPS unit. That's enough of Ichigo though. Let's get on to number 2, which is going to be Goku / Ulquiorra. Either or, they're both some of the best air units in the game, and airs are quite troublesome, if I'm being honest, both in like daily challenge and like stuff like that, and like even like the most recent story is kind of annoying, honestly. But make sure to pick up either of these, because they're honestly insanely high DPS, and they're really cheap to upgrade and stuff. So they're good for daily challenge, good for story, and then they get expensive at the end, and they're good for infinite too. They're overall just insane units, both of them. I would suggest ascending both of them and crap like that, obviously, but if I had to pick a favorite, I would say Ulquiorra, just because I'm not the biggest DBZ fan. But yeah, that's it for number 2. Moving on to the number 1 spot. This one might come out to a shocker to new anime tower defense players, or just honestly, it might even surprise those that do, but I would say the number 1 most needed unit is genuinely Ramen-Grill Master. Now, y'all are gonna think I'm trolling, because why would a money farm be the most important unit in the game? Because without a money farm, it is damn near impossible to get anywhere long in infinite, and it's also damn near impossible to beat daily challenges and even like the later game stories, unless you got really lucky with your unit unit pulls on banner and stuff, because you don't get enough money, it feels like, when you don't have a money farm. He's the only and best money farm in the game, and he actually gives crazy amounts of cash. And he is, like I said, needed for stuff like Infinite and Daily Challenge. You're not beating them without him unless you have like a crazy crew of 4. But I've been trying to solo or even matchmake Q, which, by the way, matchmaking is low-key kind of dookie. It doesn't really work that well. But yeah, you're going to need to pick up Ramen-Grill Master if you want to be comp on ASTDX and be able to hit the leaderboard runs and all that other crap. So yeah, one other thing I kind of want to talk about is some honorable mentions, maybe some units that you shouldn't really like ignore, but like don't need to focus on getting. And I would say some of those include Ishtar. She's crazy good when she's ascended. She's not that great before ascension, but she is insane when she's ascended. She has one of those things, I'm pretty sure, where you can walk around and her, like, where she hits actually follows you, if I'm correct. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but genuinely kind of crazy. Another one that I wouldn't ignore is Kokoshibo. Of course, he is like insanely rare, and you just gotta get uber lucky to get him. But he is unarguably probably like the best DPS unit in the game right now, and super worth getting. But again, it's literally just RNG, and if you plan on being a free-to-play player like I do with ACDX, you're probably not gonna see him because you just need absurd amounts of gem, unless you get super lucky. And then the last person I kind of want to put in an honorable mention is probably gonna be Aaron, because Aaron summons his Titans, and they usually have like I think I've seen it go as high as like 5 or like 10,000, and that's like on an unleveled traitless one. So I'm pretty sure Aaron can get pretty insane for support, and I do suggest getting him if you can. But those are the honorable mentions, and with all things being said, I hope y'all found the video useful, and if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and again, join the Discord down in the description and boost the server if you can. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Do some challenges.
I ruined that shit.
So.
Oh! 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 Is that good?
What's that one do?